The real question we must ask ourselves is, what is the true test of governance? Should governance be evaluated when the sun is shining and the sky is blue and bellies are full, or when an adversity or calamity strikes a city or a region or a country out of nowhere? Common sense will tell us that the real mettle of good governance or management emerges when the going is tough. And judging by that yardstick, Delhi government's response to the recent unnatural spell of horrific rainfall has been an abject failure, bordering on callous criminality. Lakhs have been uprooted from their homes from low-lying areas in East Delhi. Their infrastructure is in a shambles. So many livestock and innocent animals have faced the brunt of the floodwaters, and viral diseases have engulfed the city. And not to forget, the land prices in East Delhi have plummeted like never before, and people have lost wealth, homes, valuation, and it could be decades before they recover all they have lost. Such has been the scale of the calamity, and all that government ministers are doing is wagging their fingers, shifting the blame on someone else, absolving themselves completely of apathy, mismanagement, incompetence, and a callousness never seen in Indian polity. We know this now, but perhaps the scale of what we have lost and what we have endured and suffered might not be known to all people. Well, in the CAA show, we hold back no punches. We give you the real picture as it is, not exaggerated or minimized. CAA, of course, is Conversations and Analysis, and my name is Juggi Bhasin. To watch this show, press the big red subscriber button on your screen. Subscription is, of course, completely free. So, how come so called highly educated, world felicitated, conscience keepers of the country and government ministers to boot slept on their job while the floodwaters in Delhi devastated lives and homes of people, especially those who have voted for these worthies again and again? What quirk of fate it was that first the helpless and hapless people of Delhi first drowned in floodwaters, and then they drowned in a torrent of words and excuses and finger pointing garbage of the same ministers who slept on their job. We will never know. But we do know this. The governance models of the Delhi government is completely flawed. Let us put a magnifying glass on it and understand what it really stands for. Management or mismanagement, Delhi style, is like standing in a hall of mirrors. A single image is magnified hundredfold till it appears as if there are hundreds of individuals in the hall instead of one. So, in that context, some good work might have been done by the Delhi government in government schools and mohalla clinics. But that tired old story has been projected a million times as if Delhi has become Copenhagen. Nothing could be further from the truth. Free power and water are not management. In my dictionary, it is simple bribery to gather votes of gullible people. And Delhi, despite being one of the richest states in India, is frankly broken. Look at the state of roads in Delhi, especially the inner neighborhoods and colony roads. They are broken. No one has fixed them for years. Look at the chaos on pavements, the filth, and increasing tribe of hawkers that besiege them. Look at that mountain of garbage on Delhi outskirts, which despite all tall talk and tall promises still stands there, endangering the health of millions of people settled around it. Look at the state of our drains and our sanitation system, all of them clogged like the closed minds of our politicians. And the choking pollution. Despite reams written about it and so much airtime wasted on it, it continues to choke Delhi more and more. I could go on and on. But what is the point? Governance, we know, is a 24 into 7 everyday affair. And what of the Delhi governance model? The Delhi governance model is not for Delhi, but for the rest of the country. Whatever little had to be done for Delhi was done long back in the first few months of this government. After that, no one bothered to do anything. The entire lot jumped in the fray to play politics and appear on camera. The Delhi story was used as a stepping stone by the power brokers of this government to jet around the country, expand their political base, preach political morality, and abuse all those who differed with them. This state of affairs has continued for years and years, and now things have come to a head when Delhi drowned in the floods. And in classic Marie Antoinette style, what did the government of Delhi do? Instead of offering cake, they told Delhiites to keep watching their 24 into 7 advertisements of their great achievements on national television, even as the floodwaters submerged homes of helpless citizens, and even the TV antennas that brought home these advertisements. And even now, the advertisements continue uninterrupted. Such is the extent of the cynicism and absolute callousness of this government. The style of governance is classic Orwellian, where words and images and false narratives are used to deflect from the real issues. It is a throwback to the 60s and 70s socialist style propaganda of "we shall change the world" rhetoric and Garibi Hatao, when the only thing that changed was the prosperity of the politicians who mouthed those slogans. What was then is now in the present. Since we deserve the government we vote for, we are stuck with no exit in the foreseeable future. That is the reality of Delhi now. And on these words, I come to the end of this episode of the CAA Show. I hope you really enjoyed this particular episode. If you like our show, do subscribe to us. And on this note, it's goodbye and cheers from my end.